So now that brings us to the seventh and final big idea, is atoning for the 70 nations. So many of us think that, okay, this was something that went on in the temple, something which was distinctly Jewish, but the truth is that in the temple days, there were sacrifices that were brought, 70 sacrifices that were brought throughout the 7 days of Succot for the 70 nations of the world. That we know that there's 70 basic roots of nations. There are more nations nowadays, but there's 70 root nations, and they have their spiritual angelic beings that are, in charge of the actual nation down here, and there needs to be the elevation for the nations. And that's what went on in the temple. In the temple, it wasn't just a celebration which was a personalized celebration, but it was for the people of Israel or whatnot. It was a celebration for the entire world, because true joy cannot just be joy for the self. True joy needs to really go out there to the rest of the world. That's the essence of what we call simcha. Simcha poretzet geder. Simcha needs to just go and break boundaries. Breaking boundaries means breaking the confines of what is my personal self versus what is the collective self. That the collective and the individual are really all one. That my joy is now reflected to the rest of the people outside of me. And the people outside of me their joy is my joy. And if that's only on a national level, that's also limited. But when it goes to the rest of the world, and that's the whole idea of the 70 nations, then that joy, then that essence now really goes out there to unite all opposites, to unite essentially the entire world with this essence of the Sukkah. So what was done in the temple is, again, first night we have the Sukkah that we're in, the surrounding light, and then it's drawn down into the personal light. And then we've got this joy, right? And that joy then leads to the sacrifices that are brought out to the rest of the world. So meaning that when we connect, when we jive, when we are surrounded by that light and personalize it, then our job is then to reflect it outwards to everyone around us. And during the days of Sukkot, we are able to do that. And what that does is it brings down the ability to unite with others. Unite with opposites, like we said. And uniting with opposites leads us to the ultimate level of joy and the ultimate message of Sukkot, of understanding that God took us out of Egypt and we are going into a state of redemption. And that transience and that state of redemption, transience/redemption, are really one, because it says that the temple is called a sukkah. And the revelation of King David says, Sukkot David HaNofelet, that the King David's sukkah, that he was this incredible king, but he was sitting in a sukkah, meaning that the entire higher revelation of the world is this revelation of the Sukkot, the booths, which are going to be revealed in this world, in our lifetime. And so by the celebration of Sukkot, we really get to absorb and to unite with these ideas, with these concepts, and even more so, to be able to unite with people and bring down this incredible joy for ourselves, for our families, and for the entire world. Wishing you many, many blessings and a very joyous, happy Sukkot, that may you be able to bring down that surrounding light and that message of Sukkot into your life and into everyone around you. Many blessings.